Good morning, everybody. So with today's video, huge video. So you're gonna have to forgive me having to hold the mic. I don't know what happened to the clip, lost it in Puerto Rico, but big video today. Top 15 designer cheapies of all time. Designer, not clothing. I gotta state that because there's always gonna be people in the comments saying, well, this is cheaper, this is cheaper. Yes, clones they can be cheaper than a lot of designers nowadays. All right, and just because I say it's top 15 best of all time does not make it best of all time. So a little bit of clickbait. This is not going to be in any numerical order, but first one, it most certainly has to make the cut, and that's going to be Davidoff Cool Water, 1988 release. This gets a lot of comparisons to Creed's GIT, Green Irish Tweed, and there is this similarity, quite a bit actually. I find that the only difference though is that this is more marine than the GIT itself. GIT is green, it's fresh, it's aromatic, which this is, but you are gonna get C notes to add this salty nuance. GIT just reminds me of like the rolling hills of like Ireland. Beautiful country. I was there back in 2016, would love to go again. But GIT just reminds me of Ireland. This is just aquatic. This is just incredibly green as well, with a lot of mint, rosemary. There is going to be this fresh lavender. Again, the salty nuance from the C notes. There's going to be sandalwood, geranium, neroli, musk, oak moss. Like there's a lot going on, but timeless classic. In my opinion, this will never go out of style. This might not resonate as much with the younger guys out there. Perhaps I might be wrong, but for me, I grew up with this stuff. A lot of guys my age, I'm 48 next week, so it's actually April 6th right now. So yeah, definitely getting older with the memories. So this just might resonate more with the older guys, but if you're a young guy, there's nothing wrong. You can most certainly wear this. If you love GIT, you most certainly will like this. This just smells more synthetic, more cheaper. That I gotta state. And this is more of an everyday scent for the spring and summertime. Next fragrance was launched in 2002, and it's a great scent that's actually it's a bit of a luxury brand in my opinion, Givenchy, and that's going to be Givenchy Pour Homme. This is a great spring scent for the everyday in my opinion. This is a great work scent. There's going to be some spicy notes of coriander along with a little bit of violet to add this powdery undertone. There is going to be a lot of grapefruit and mandarin orange, a fresh lavender, vetiver with a little bit of cedar, and there's going to be like a little bit of labdanum towards the base. For the most part, it's like a woody, fresh, coriander spicy, like a woody aromatic or like a woody spicy is what I'm trying to say. Perfect for the springtime. Again, older guys, very much like the Cool Water, but if you're a young guy who likes this, then rock it. Next fragrance, I might get a little bit of flack for because I don't have a bottle, but this is the epitome of a great cheapie. It's from La Lique, and that is La Lique Encre Noire Sport. Now, it is Saturday. I am going to review this beauty with Chad Secrets tomorrow when I meet up with him on Sunday. But this just is a lot of vetiver, a lot of citrus, with cypress, a little bit of lavender, some musk. And did I say vetiver? Yes, I did. This is a lot more tamer than the Encre Noire Extreme or Extreme. So forgive my French pronunciation. I'm French Canadian. It just tends to come out. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it is what it is. This is a lot more easier to wear than the Extreme. That one really didn't work for me, but this one here I really do like. You get a lot of that vetiver. Vetiver is the main player, but there's a lot of citrus to balance out that vetiver. This one is not smoky like the Extreme, but you also get a slight aquatic, a little bit of watery notes with some lavender. It's a great spring scent. It is masculine, so there is this bad boy component, so a bit of a feel, but as well, you can absolutely rock this with a suit and tie, so a little bit of a gentleman feel. So next fragrance, I was not ready for this when I was younger. 1998 release, but boy do I love it now. Bushon Jaipur. This is going to be the EDT. This is actually long lasting. Like I'm talking like 8 to 10 hours. For an EDT, the EDP is just as long, maybe a little bit longer lasting, and it's going to be a little bit thicker, and denser. But this stuff here is beautiful. There's a lot of lemon and lime in the opening. There's definitely the cinnamon, the cardamom to warm things up. You are going to get this benzoin, some tonka bean, a little bit of cedar, and apparently there's going to be florals of like geranium and rose, and I forget the other one. I don't get the florals, but I do get this unlisted vanillic accord. Now, some people say that can be the benzoin. I'm not sure, but what I do know is that this is sexy, but it's like grown and sexy. This is sweet. It is warm. It is ambery with a little bit of woods. It is fantastic. You do have to be mindful on the applications, because even though that this is like sexy but classy, this can be overpowering. Next fragrance was launched in 2006, and it's a great autumn or fall, depending on where you are in the world, but as well winter fragrance. Burberry London for men. Now, this has been repackaged, I believe it is, and if it is, I will attach a bottle here or there, but I don't know if it's been reformulated. What I do know, though, is that this is a great colder season scent that is classy, it is gently, it is mature. This is one of the best fragrances from Burberry. You are going to get a lot of cinnamon along with tobacco leaf. There is going to be opoponax, guaiac wood, lavender. There is apparently a little bit of leather, and there is going to be port wine. So tobacco, woods, maybe a faint leather with opoponax. It smells of quality, it smells mature, it smells refined. Next one, depending on where you get this is a beautiful cheap fragrance from Banana Republic, and that's going to be Linen Vetiver. Again, it really depends on where you get this. Online, this goes for a little bit more, but I ended up getting this one, including two other Banana Republics in Puerto Rico. I believe it was like Ross or like a TJ Maxx for like $20 USD. That's like $30 Canadian. So clearly Canadian, elbows up Canada. But this, I am blown away by the quality of this fragrance. It just smells so clean, so fresh. It's spring and summer in a bottle. I would probably say maybe a little bit more spring, but there is this clean smelling citrus. There's a lot of vetiver, but the vetiver, it's not overly woody or earthy. It has this clean aspect. But that citrus is going to be bergamot along with petitgrain. There is like iris and hindsight. The hindsight in this adds this extra clean vibe, a little bit of a soapy feel, but the base is going to be that vetiver, musk, and oak moss. This is just, for me, it's like a daily driver. If you're just looking for, let's say, 2 fragrances from this entire list, this is very versatile. Dressing it down like white t-shirt and jeans, business casual, all the way to a suit and tie. This can be worn at a daytime semi-formal event. It's classy, but at the same time, it's a little casual. So it's just, you can't go wrong with smelling just uber clean and fresh. And that's what this scent is. Okay, next one from Davidoff, and this is an oldie. Smells like an oldie. But for me, where I'm at in life, this is very gently. It's a little timeless. Definitely mature though. Davidoff Zeno. This has like an old school barbershop feel. There is lavender. You're going to get some geranium, some patchouli, sandalwood, lily of the valley, clary sage, Brazilian rosewood, and more. Again, just old school barbershop. This is more of a spring, and I would say like autumn, like not cold autumn, but when the transition from like summer to autumn, when there's still that warmth in the air, but it is starting to cool down, that time of the year. This just might resonate more with the older guys out there. However, if you're a young guy who's rocking this, in my opinion, you are an old soul and you're very mature for your age, just because this is just classy. There's nothing sexy about this. This is just very gently. This is manners maketh man kind of guy. Next one was launched in 1996, and I'm pretty sure that every Gen Xer's dad, their boomer dads, had this in their collection. My dad did, and I will always have it in mind because it does remind me of him, and it just reminds me of a simpler time. Azzaro Chrome. This is not going to be for everybody because there is this metallic, this sharp metallic feel to it. I am not bothered by that. I like that. There is this metallic but crispness. There is a lot of citrus, of lemon. There's some bergamot, a little bit of neroli. You are going to get some oak moss, some jasmine, a lot of musk with a little bit of woods, and I believe, and I might be wrong, a little bit of cyclamen as well. But overall, just very fresh. It's aromatic. There is a little bit of a cleanliness to it. I haven't drank any water as of late, but there is a little bit of a cleanliness to it, but like super crisp and aromatic. It does smell like the 90s. I am not going to deny that, but I love it. And once again, I will always have this in my collection. This is more of a spring and summer scent. For me, if you're an older guy, this is a great all-around wear. Like, there's nothing really formal about this, but this is like office safe or work safe. Like, I work in blue collar. I know some coworkers of mine who rock this in the wintertime, so all year round if you want, but it's more of a warmer season scent, but just a great scent memory for a lot of guys my age. Next fragrance, I find that this brand is more for the younger guys out there, but this old guy here, absolutely, like, I love this fragrance. It's more of an autumn and winter fragrance, and it's sexy. It's sexy on a budget, and that is going to be Guess Seductive. 2011 release. This is one of my most viewed videos of all time, but the fragrance itself, this for me is night out, date, lounge, club, really maybe not so much, just because this is not going to cut through like the heavy hitters. But this is a great like intimate fragrance as well. Now, performance on me, I get about 6 to 8 hours. It does vary. Some people might get 3, some people might get 4, but just reapply. Again, super sexy because you are going to get a lot of pink pepper and cardamom. The cardamom itself is what adds this sex appeal to it. There's also going to be some orchid, some violet, some amber, which adds another layer of sexiness, but oh my goodness, just warm. There is a little bit of sweetness to it, a little bit of creaminess. Oh man, just a great scent. Next one, 1995 release, so 30 years old this year. And I wasn't ready for this when I was younger, and even when I first came into this community back in 2011, 2012. But where I'm at in life, I'm an older guy. I'm one of the old heads in this community. I'm one of the old dinosaurs. I'm there now. But Burberry for men, or Burberry Classic, depending on where you look, it's got 2 names. But this is just a great older fragrance. There is this cleanliness to it. There is, of course, a lot of lemon. There's also going to be some lavender, some mint, cedar, a little bit of geranium, musk, amber, and there's going to be other notes. But more of a spring fragrance. I would say the transition from summer to autumn. This is what a lot of older men would wear. Not so much the young guys, but a young guy, like, listen, if you are a young guy who likes the old timer fragrances, something that might be considered very dated, then you wear it. And if you're an old timer who likes something that's very sweet, fruity, maybe even a little bit of floral, then wear it. At the end of the day, wear what makes you feel good and makes you feel happy. But I just feel like a lot of the older guys might resonate to this fragrance more so than the young guys. This is more of a work fragrance. It's like an everyday driver, and I do think that you can rock this with a suit and tie to like a daytime semi-formal event. Time for some water. Oh, that's some good water. Next one, this makes every list out there when it comes to like a spring or summer cheapie, or just like cheapie type of list, and that's going to be Perry Ellis 360 Red. This is pretty much Aquadeio with spices. I like it. I like both Aquadeio and this. But this just has that spicy kick to give it a little bit of an edge. That spice is going to be nutmeg along with cinnamon, with some cloves, a lot of lime and mandarin orange with that bergamot. There is going to be a little bit of lavender, a little bit of coriander as well, so a little bit extra spicy with like vetiver, musk, sandalwood, and I believe patchouli. Just an everyday scent. It's ageless. Like, this really just does not smell like whether it's dated or mature or just young. Next fragrance was launched in 2011, and I believe it may have been discontinued. Don't take my word for that, because I might be completely wrong. I've been wrong on many occasions, and I will admit when I'm wrong. But I may have heard from Scentland, Chris, that this may have been discontinued, and that's going to be Azara Pam Lo. This has a little bit of that classic DNA from like the Pam. So all the Pams are in this shape of bottle, but this one here is just a lot more. I don't like the original. I will state that. This one here I really do like. It just seems like they kept like a little bit of the original DNA but modernized it. You're gonna get a lot of lemon, grapefruit, and yuzu with lavender. There's gonna be a lot of geranium. The base has like patchouli, musk, and I believe vetiver and sandalwood. For the most part, just a lot of citrus, a lot of lavender. So it does have, in my opinion, a little bit of an old school barbershop vibe. So it has a little bit of a gently feel. So a little bit more of a mature feel. A young guy can absolutely rock this. But the base itself just has this like this woody and muskiness. It's not overly woody, but I would say it's more like citrusy fresh with lavender. With the musk, then I would say it's like an earthy, woody, patchouli, vetiver, like either or. But just a great spring and summer fragrance. It's, for me, it's timeless. Even though if it is discontinued, I gotta state that if it is discontinued, you can pretty much pick this up anywhere online and for a great price. For me, this is a great office fragrance. It's a great signature scent for an older guy out there. But if you're a young guy, you like it, you rock it. Next fragrance was launched in 2009, and I plugged this a lot back in the day, 2015 to 2017. I don't really reach for it all that much, but this one here, out of like, I've plugged 2 fragrances hardcore, and I never got the attention for it, or I should say the recognition. That's okay. I don't care for all that stuff. But Ferragamo F Black, I was the initial hype man for this. This fragrance is not for everybody. As Jeremy said, this has a lot of intense black pepper. There is coriander. There is this green apple that adds this fruity nuance and kind of balances things out, along with the lavender. The base has this labdanum and tonka bean, so there is a little bit of extra sweetness from the tonka bean, but for the most part, just a lot of black pepper and coriander. More black pepper than anything. Then I would say it's like a lavender apple combination, so they're kind of like tied for second. The base itself is going to be that labdanum itself with a little bit of the coriander, maybe tied for second place. Fall, wintertime, a little abrasive, a little aggressive. Less is more. This is great with leather jacket and black tee all the way to a suit and tie. Next one is probably one of the best bang for your buck fragrances that you can get in this video. It's not for everybody, and when I first came into this community years ago, like I came in before that this one was launched, but I would not have appreciated something like this back in the day. Bentley for Men Absolute. This is absolutely a badass scent. Dad joke 48 next week. You know what? I can't help with the cheesiness. I am cheddar cheese. I just can't help it. This is an absolute, no dad joke here, but an absolute banger. It's long lasting. I'm talking like 10 plus hours. It's resinous. It's ambery. You are going to get a lot of that olibanum. There's a ton of ginger along with pink pepper. So it's very warm and ambery. You are going to get some papyrus, some sandalwood, amber to add more amber to it, along with cedar. And a note that I personally don't get, oud. I really don't get the oud. This is just a very ambery, warm, spicy, woody fragrance. And in some ways, well, actually, no, not in some ways, it does remind me of, and people have stated this many times, pencil shavings. You know, like, I don't know if they do it anymore. Like I said, I'm an old man, but like when we had pencils, we would have to do it manually. It has that, like, the pencil shaving vibes. So it's not going to be for everybody. Some people have like just left some really strange comments in this review, and I swear there's a lot of strange people in this community. I'm one of them. I'm not going to lie, but some of y'all make me look very normal. So, but they have left like comments saying, why would I want to smell like pencil shavings? Like, this is just like stinky, it's too strong. And it is a strong fragrance. So less is more, like no more than 3 sprays. Please. This is like tuxedo all the way to a leather jacket and black tee. It's bad boy, but it's generally fall and wintertime. And last but not least, we're coming to the end. And there's one particular fragrance that makes every list minus the cool water. And people are going to say, this is not a true video if you don't have Nautica Voyage. I saved this one for last. So we started this video with like one of the top sellers of all time. This is one of the most mentioned fragrances in Cheapie videos. It's just aquatic, so there is this marine sea notes. There is apple. It's very fresh. It's very aromatic. But there's also going to be a little bit of lotus, mimosa. I believe that there's amber, which I don't get. There is definitely a lot of musk as well. So it's like a fruity apple with a lot of sea notes and a lot of musk. So like a salty, musky, fruity scent with a bit of a clean aspect. This is, maybe I'm just coming to mind. Maybe I'm just talking through my ass. But I would probably think that this is one of the best sellers of all time. Like, I would say top 15, kind of like this video. But for this brand, this is probably their best seller. And for the price point, at one time, you can get this for as low as like $15 USD. I'm sure it's kind of gone up over the years because of inflation and other things. So you're probably going to spend about 25-ish. You still might get it for 20 bucks. This is everywhere online. So Fragbuy, FragranceNet, but as well as stores such as Ross, Dress for Less, Burlington Coat Factory, Winners up here, which is a lot more expensive. And guys, that is top 15 designer best cheapies of all time. Really, I'm trying to sell it. I'm not a very good salesman or influencer. I'm not going to deny that, but you know, I'm not looking to sell or influence. So guys, if you like this very video, please drop me one of these. It does show YouTube and the algorithms that you like this type of content. Please, if you really did enjoy this content, share it on your social media. Get this video out there, please. I'm not looking to be a big name, but I really would appreciate if like you guys really shared this and just... There's, again, great fragrances for everybody at an affordable rate. You don't need to spend a lot of money to smell great. Any reviews that I've done, they will all be down in the description box below, guys. I'm going to end it here. I'm going to stop talking. Thank you for your time. Take care. And I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.